welcome back to another video today here again on Forza Horizon 5 to check out the first of, well, the Series 2 Car Pass cars. So previously we've gone and tested out the Subaru, the Renault 8 and the Cyclone Spoiler the previous 3 weeks, so if you haven't gone and seen those, do go and check out those videos. But we now know which cars we're getting for December and January. Starting with today's car, the Ferrari J50, but there's plenty of very exciting things coming in the future. I'm probably most excited for the two Jags here, and also the Espada, but yeah. Today we have the Ferrari J50, which is quite an unusual car, something, well, nobody would really have thought of asking them to add. It looks a bit like an SF90 at the back, which is interesting, because it's quite a lot older. 2017 car, 681 horsepower, just over 1,500 kilos. But anyway, it's doing that thing again. I did just launch the game, so right, give me a minute. So, after the traditional Forza Horizon 5 launch procedure of open the game, close the game, and open the game again, we can now get the car. But yeah, J50 built to celebrate 50 years of Ferrari being in Japan, hence the J50 standing for Japan 50. Being that we've had to restart the game to get everything working, there are already some liveries, but they're all a little bit boring, so let's see what... Ooh! I was imagining I was going to do it in a yellow, but that's quite cool actually, and we could always go with the... That's interesting. So look at this, if we pick... So these ones come in different coloured wheels, but if we pick a normal colour, like black, it reverts to the gold wheels. But I think I'm going to go with the blue. I do quite like that. For now, we'll come back and upgrade it and potentially make it into more of a racing car later. But yeah, only 10 of these were produced in celebration of 50 years in Japan. It's based on the Ferrari 488 Spider with 20 more horsepower, so up to 681. Slightly different bodywork. We looked at the power and weights earlier, obviously weighing in at 1,500 kilos, sub 3 second 0 to 60 time, with a top speed of 202 miles per hour. Can we explode it out? That's interesting. That is, well, useless. And that, yeah, the back to me, the way this wing is, because you can opt for the wing in carbon fibre on the SF90, but this predates that, so that's quite interesting. But a lot of people said the back kind of harks back to the F50 and F40. But anyway, shall we see, we're sitting right in the middle of S1 class, what this drives like stock. Actually, quickly before we do that, if we take a look at it next to a 488, yeah, you can see the slight power increase. It's supposed to be 20, it's actually 21 horsepower more, but... and heavier. Well, it is, but it was based on a convertible, so it might not be heavier than the 488 Spider. Anyway, let's drive this thing. See if that gives you a bit more noise. But yeah, you can definitely tell it's a 488 in here. And being that there's only 10, it's probably just a very expensive way to buy a 488, but... never mind, it does look slightly better, I think. Yeah, it's not that fast. Well, I mean, it is, but... compared to other things in the multi-million-pound bracket, it's not very fast. And it's cool, it's very unique, isn't it? Well, only 10 of them, so... And it is a new car to Forza. I mean, it's a car nobody probably asked for. I'd never even heard of it. There's so many of these overpriced Ferrari special editions. But yeah, I do kind of like it. It's probably not my favourite Ferrari even now for 3 being added. Ooh. Yes, of course, new update. There's Christmassy everything. That's a good point. We must go and explore. That's so cool. We must go and explore the stadium and Moulage, because there's the grotto there and there's the ice rink in the stadium. So we must go and explore those before we go back and see what upgrades and customization are available, I think. So here we are at the stadium. So yeah, I was just saying it's probably not my favourite Ferrari even from the car pass. The Monza I slightly prefer to this, and the FXXK is a bit mad. But yeah, here we are in the stadium, which is probably going to... Okay, there's a lot less traction than I anticipated. Yet this is the first time snow tyres might be useful, actually. If we want to go and play about in here, but this is a bit insane. The blue looks so good out on the ice there. Right, I think that's probably enough driving on that surface, unless we're going to equip it with snow tyres. Let's go and see what the grotto looks like. So here is the Horizon Wonderland, where you can... I think this is where you collect the gifts and stuff people send you. Forzathon shop, enter. Okay, what happens if I actually enter? Ooh! I mean, I've got the welcome pack of that, so I don't really need that. These are cool, though. I mean... No, I don't want to give it to somebody else. You think I'm going to be generous and have Christmas spirit now or in December? No, I want my own Bugatti. Why did I buy it and send it to somebody else? No, for me. I want to buy my own Christmas presents for me. I'm not going to waste Forzathon points on other players. Although, somebody's going to have to for us to unlock, because with the festival playlist now, the overall thing, you have to gift things overall as a global gift thing. I don't think any have been sent so far. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked from the point of this video, which is to take a look at the new car, but as it's the first video I've done since the new season, thought we might as well take a little tour of everything. But yeah, I think it's probably about time to go to this conveniently placed house that's just over here and see what options are available for this car. So it's actually quite nice to be back at the first house again. Kind of forgot this place was here. Now that we've got castles and coastal mansions. Anyway, upgrades, custom upgrades, what have we got? Let's go straight in with what nobody should probably be doing. Ooh, LaFerrari? I believe that's a LaFerrari engine. V12 hybrid, must be. Okay, that's quite an interesting option, actually. Not going to do it, but that is quite an interesting option. All-wheel drive, so you can make it a LaFerrari, basically, and all-wheel drive swap it. Okay. Anything? Is anything happening? Ooh. Okay. It's a little bit nicer than your normal Forza front lip. It sort of fits the car. I'm not sure I want to do that, though. What's this? No. Yeah, let's not do aero, then. I mean, we can bring our wheels out a bit. Maybe a bit less at the front. The front ones always come out further than the back ones, which I always find a bit weird. We might just go with the one version. Have we got... no, not drifts. Probably semi-slicks. Slightly fatter tyres, a bit more grip, maybe. We're going to end up at the top of S1, I think, but I don't want to go much further than that. A very quick S1 class set of upgrades, 711 horsepower, down to 1200 kilos. Let's have another quick look at liveries, and then head out and maybe do a race. So, yes, I know I've done this on quite a few cars, but I've gone with the matte black. I thought against the gold wheels it looked quite good, and we've got the sort of gloss carbon as well, so quite a nice contrast. But I think it works quite well. Well, most cars work in matte black, to be honest, but I do quite like it on this. Anyway, I've picked the Los Jardines circuit or something, I think it's called. It's probably my favourite so far. An R8. A Corvette. I think it's just chosen loads of things that are modern supercars. Yeah, all-wheel drive stuff launching off the line incredibly fast. These aren't on the hardest difficulty, they're 2 or 3 down from unbeatable, so I can't remember what the different things are called. They've all got stupid names. It'd be much easier if they were just 1 to 10 driver tile difficulty, but anyway. Alright, now that I've said I like this circuit, I should probably drive it a bit better than this. You know what, into the corners, the turn-in from this car. And it's basically a 488, but it feels a lot... well, obviously it's upgraded, but it feels kind of lighter. And like it has more front-end turning. I mean, I don't really know what I'm comparing it to. Even on Horizon 4 I barely raced S1 stuff, so I've no idea whether it would be good. I'll have to wait and see if anybody puts together some half-decent tunes for it. I do quite like it. It drives nicely. I'm growing to like it a bit more. We shall wait and see whether I got that checkpoint. I got that checkpoint. Look, I hit it. That corner's going to get annoying, I can tell. Maybe it'll soon not be my favourite track. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, pleasantly surprised by this car. I mean, it should be good. I just don't find it particularly interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see after I've driven the Monza and the FXXK whether... well, how they compare to this. But they're all just modern Ferraris in the end, which don't particularly excite me. I want those 2 Jags and that classic Lamborghini, please. But yeah, it's not a bad way to kick off the December car pass. It's limited edition Ferrari. I mean, it can't all be bad, can it? I like that they're adding kind of interesting things that haven't necessarily been requested. I mean, obviously it's important to add cars that people want as well, but it's just something unusual that nobody would have seen them adding. And they must have had to get hold of one of these. There's only 10. So that in itself deserves some kind of credit. So yeah, it's a cool thing. Go and pick it up if you do have Car Pass. Well, obviously, why wouldn't you? But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this compares to the Monza that we're getting next week. Another, well, slightly less limited, but super exclusive, super expensive Ferrari with no roof, essentially. So same kind of format, but front-engined V12, not mid-engined V8. So, you're kind of other Ferrari, if you like. But yeah. So, there we go. That probably is going to do it for a first look at the J50. Very interesting thing. Didn't know it really existed before. I mean, I knew there were Ferrari special editions, many of them, based on their more ordinary cars, if we can call the 488 ordinary. But yeah, never my favourite things, but yeah, it drives well, looks ridiculous, it's fairly exclusive, it's new, it's something we didn't necessarily expect. Where do I actually view car? I have to go back to stupid festival. Okay, let's not worry about that. Because yeah, we already know what we've got next week. It is the Monza, and then we've got Lamborghini. I can't remember which order. I think it's Espada, then Huracan, then we've got Jags, Ferrari FXXK, Evo, Audi TT. That's going right into January though, so yeah, plenty of cars to be looking at in the coming weeks. Many of which are new, some of which are returning, but yeah, this is a cool thing. Super limited run Ferrari that a lot of people won't really know about. It is just a 488 at the end of the day, but it's something new, something super exclusive, so yeah. As long as they're adding new cars, I'm happy. Yeah, that probably is going to do it for a first look at this J50. I will be back same time next week to test the Ferrari Monza, but yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this first look at this J50, as well as a first sort of explore of the updated map with the Christmas bits everywhere, which are, well, I can't wait to see what they do with this, because if they're going to keep changing the map every series, I mean, it's just cool, isn't it? And it'll kind of add life to this game. If the map keeps changing and they improve the event builder thing, this game's life is, well, the possibilities are endless, so hopefully it would never get boring, as long as they just make it work. Anyway, that's enough going on about Forza. If you have enjoyed this video and you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so. But otherwise, that is going to be all for today's video, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.